41 to 55. If you're in this age range and the only tools you're using are the ones we mentioned just a moment ago for the folks in their 20s and 30s, well, you need a few more tools in your tool chest. You're likely missing part of the picture. You know, in this range, I think it's what you were talking about, John, earlier about your desire to get out when the market's going down. I think it can be more tempting when you get into this age range because, let's be honest, a bigger account value moves in a bigger way.
And the time horizon is shorter.
Right, with market volatility. So you got to learn to keep your financial emotions in check. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to hire a good financial advisor.
Yeah, I think that this is where you begin to have some serious money. You're accumulating real money even in your 20s and 30s, and it's serious to you then. But now we're beginning to talk about areas where you have six figures in your investment account, in your retirement account. This is where it really means something to really begin to press down on planning and begin to think about the moves that you're making in your effort to be financially independent.
I think part of that planning, too, is also nothing to do with the numbers, really, but to do with just thinking through with your spouse, what do we want retirement to look like? What are our plans? And beginning to draw that picture together, and then you take that and go to a financial advisor and say, let's marry our vision and the numbers and see how we make this a reality. And guys, I don't know about you, but in this age range for me, it becomes much more clear. Like my husband and I now on a regular basis, I'm talking 2 or 3 times a week, we have some comment about that's something we're going to do in retirement, or after work, I am never doing that again. Those types of things are recurring conversations where 10 years ago, they didn't happen.
Scott, I've got to believe that having a written financial plan is the biggest tool that you want to have in this age. You know, you can begin to start accumulating money in your 20s and 30s and have an emergency fund, and there's a lot of planning that has to be done, but it's not necessarily anything that has to get documented in a plan like we do for folks that are getting ready to retire. But when you get into your 40s and 50s, you need to be on paper on purpose, as we like to say. You need to be going forward and reviewing that plan with your advisor. And so it becomes this strategy session where you, your advisor, and your plan all sit down together and begin to say, are we on track? Or are we off track, and what do we need to do to get on track? As an example, you might think about the fact that, some people have maybe a retirement plan at work, and maybe they've been very diligent at maxing out their retirement plan at work. But when you sit down with your advisor and you figure out, to hit my retirement goal, I really need another retirement program. I need another way to save some money. That advisor is going to have lots of options for you to sit down and talk about that and ways that you can actually achieve that goal. Most of the time, what people do is they just throw money in a retirement account, having no idea whether it's the right amount of money or not, what the rate of return is that they need to be getting, and what the outcome's going to be. You've got to have that very clear vision about where you're going in order to achieve that goal.
Want more content like this delivered to your inbox weekly? Visit fastest4.com to learn more.